Greetings and welcome along to another stream. Today, oh, I can hear myself. Why can I hear myself? That's interesting. I can hear myself. I've got Twitch open, that's why. Anyway, yes, technical problem. You can probably hear that too. A little echo, a little delay. As I realised I had the browser open with Twitch on it, and I had me in my headphones with a couple of second delay. That was a bit weird. So new day, new stream, an evening stream, which is unusual for me, and a bit of city skylines again. But before we get into that, you might notice a little bit of a difference today, as in the corner I am proudly flying the flag of Europe and the flag of the European Union. Because I don't really do politics on here that much, but today is a big day, as we here in this tin pot little island that we call Great Britain, United Kingdom, are leaving the European Union after many years, and well, three and a half years of chaos and blither and bother and all that. And it's finally happening tonight at 11 p.m. our time, midnight European time. And it's a shame for someone like me who has known the EU and its precursors forever. There hasn't been a time where we haven't been a member of the EU and its precursors, the EEC. So it's quite a big thing for someone like me, because it means we're losing a lot. We're losing a bit of identity tonight, and it's a shame. And I want to hold on to that identity, and therefore I will fly the flag here to mark the occasion, to mark the solemn occasion, because there'll be no partying, there'll be no celebrations, not in this house. There will be in the town, I'm sure, but not in this house. Anyway, that's why that's up there. If anyone wants to chat with me about that, they may do so. We'll keep it civil, and we'll keep it friendly. If we disagree, we disagree. That's absolutely fine. We can disagree. But this is my stance. And I'm sure we won't change anyone's minds. But this is my stance, and this is where I am. But we can chat about it. Anyway, let's look at city skylines. Now, city skylines. Yes, cities skylines. I was playing this game last night. I was doing a bit of redevelopment work. The last time I was on stream, I'd put in this road here. And I decided, against my better judgment, to make this a bypass. To take a lot of the traffic that comes down this big road, maybe even all the way over here, eventually. And I'd widened the road, and I'd downgraded this road. I'd bought some land over here, put in a new roundabout, created a connection, extended the reach of the bypass to come around the city here. But you'll notice none of that is there. It's all gone. Because the computer crashed. Well, the computer didn't, the game did. I'm quite disappointed, and I haven't had it do that before, which suggests to me I'm going to have to be a bit more vigilant in how often I save this thing, if that's going to be what happens. I was quite annoyed, because, I mean, it was only half an hour. It wasn't a massive thing. But still, it was half an hour, well, maybe 40 minutes, and, I'd done some changes. I'd put a little road into here to fill up this bit of land. I'd planted some trees and all this sort of thing, try and make it look a bit nice, try and make things work a bit better, and it's all gone. So I've got to try and remember exactly what I did. And of course, because it was all off stream, I've got no recording of it. I can't go back on the video and say, oh yes, that's what it looked like, that's what I did there, this is what I did here. Just have to do it all from memory. So to start off, I will upgrade this road. So this was a 3-lane road, because the idea is this is going to take the majority of traffic going around the city to the different areas. There we go. And then we just carry that on down here. It might be that this roundabout would need to be upgraded in time to a large roundabout. I'm starting with a small roundabout. That might be a mistake. But we'll go with it for now. I had made this a 2-lane road, following on from what we've already got, for access to the station. Okay. This also became a 2-lane road because that made sense, because I got the 2-lane road here, and that brought everything up here. Now, I bought this plot of land over here, so I can extend the reach of this road around the original boundary of the city. Now, to do that, I put in a roundabout over here, and it was a large roundabout. Now, I wasn't quite in line with this large one roundabout here, but I'm wondering if I should be. I'll try and make it a bit more in line this time, maybe. So we'll go about here, which probably isn't terribly far off where it was. I think it probably isn't terribly far off where it was. I think it was a little bit more hilly, but it's fine, it doesn't matter. This has to go, even though it's new. Whoops, didn't mean my bridge. Okay, and then we're going to put that in on a curve. Should probably make sure that definitely lowers to the ground first. It didn't come around like that because that's weird. Came around like that, but no, what I did is I didn't have this bit here. And it just sort of curved round, and I made my own join onto it. Something like that. I think that's what it looked like. Okay, that's good. And then I had a connection from here to this roundabout here. Now, what I'm trying to remember is how exactly I did that. I'm thinking I just cut through. Let's pause this a minute so we don't cause too much damage. But I seem to remember, I think I just cut through and joined on here. It might not have been quite so straight on last time, but it's going to be this time. A bit more straight on at least. 3-lane road. Connect to that point. To there. Okay. That's fine. Now, I think I also got rid of this little junction here to improve the flow so it's not a 4-way intersection. That looks about right. Right, let's save. I'm paranoid now. I'm really paranoid that things are just going to go wrong and the game's going to crash again. And I'm going to lose the whole lot, which obviously I don't want. I just realised my game category is a bit wrong. Shouldn't be in just chatting, which should be in cities, skylines. Let's just update that. There we go. So better? That's better. Keep everyone happy, make sure we're properly classified. I don't know how much it matters, but let's not risk things. Okay, so we've got a connection to this bypass. At the moment it doesn't go up here, but it's fine. It does create a new road that goes down to the new wide bridge. And we've got a couple of roundabouts to bring you back into the city. So what's going to happen now is this one is going to be degraded. Degraded? That doesn't sound right, does it? You don't want to degrade a bridge. Declassify? Maybe that sounds better. Because I don't really want people driving this way. I want people taking the bypass if they're going to drive to different parts of the city. So the idea is maybe if the traffic is heavy enough, they won't use it, and therefore the traffic will just get displaced to the new road. Okay. We need to check the zoning, make sure everything's up to scratch there. Because obviously we've got these little gaps now where the road used to be. So on this side, just tidy up the residential zoning here. And we'll tidy up that there, and yes, that can all go down straight down there, that's fine. What I'll end up doing, if I follow the plan from last time, is bring the road around this way. So some of this commercial that's going in now won't last very long, but that's okay. Pop a couple of offices there. We've got a little zoning correction to do there, that's fine. And here. Anything missing there? I don't think so. Obviously, we've got these bits here, but we won't worry too much about those. Just what is the demand actually? So there's not massive demand at the moment for industry, so we won't worry too much. So the idea now is you can come down to this major roundabout. You can go straight over the major roundabout onto this next major roundabout, and then you're on the bypass that can take you down into the what I'm calling the north side. There's no compass on this game. Is there a compass on this game? I don't see a compass. Can I define north as whatever I like? Because at the moment I've decided this is north and this is south. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to it. Okay, so that's good. So then we had the bypass going down here. Now I think, if I remember rightly, I had a roundabout over this way as well, so that people could get into and out of the industrial area. So I'll pop one of those in. But maybe this time I'm going to make it a bit smaller, because it's not, well, no, I'm going to preempt this time. I'm going to preempt needing something big. I can go straight on. Can it go straight onto there? No. Outer city limits, not quite. Alright, that's fine. We'll just plonk it down here. That's a technical term. Plonk it down. Here we go. Consider it plonked. And then we're going to go for another slightly curved road just to bring it around here. No, what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to take these out. I'm going to do the join myself. Which will be about here. I want to come in this way. Like so. That sort of works. And then we've got a double lane road there, so I'm going to take this bit out and I'm just going to pop this in as a 2-lane. This one. It's going to go straight on. And that allows access to the bypass from that industrial area as well. So the idea here is that we have a road that is relatively quick to move around the different areas of the city, north to south. You've got very, very few junctions on it, and those junctions that are there, they're roundabouts, so they're relatively easy to move across. So these two roundabouts, they're small roundabouts. They may need to change to large roundabouts, but for now, that's fine. For now, I'm going to take this out and this out. This isn't going to be a connection to the motorway network, although it probably should be. That might be something to consider. It really should be, actually, shouldn't it? I could do a slip road straight onto here and straight off. But then it's then we'd have to do another road to go underneath or over to access the other side. Well, we can do that. That's sort of how motorways work in the UK. I don't want it to be that long. There we go. So we've bridged the motorway. Ooh, storm. We can come straight off this with a slip road. Ah, really that fussy? Really that fussy? Like so. And then if you're rejoining, we need to take a slip road from here. Whoops. Round to there. So there is a connection. I need to do the other side. So another roundabout. We'll do a large roundabout because why not? I'm going to take off these because we're not going anywhere with this one at the moment. Who knows what will happen with it in the future, but at the moment it's not going anywhere. And then we need the slip roads, so it's going to be pretty much the same. And we're going to go from this side. So you're coming off, this is for joining, so like so, and then like so. There we are. That's not bad. That's a pretty traditional motorway junction. I know I could have done them with the pre-built ones, like the one that's just outside the city limits there or whatever, but that's fine. That'll do. Right, let's save that. We've got the connection. Which might take a bit of a load off the traffic coming in here, although it's not horrendously busy now. I've got the motorway that literally cuts through the city like a scar. It's not particularly attractive, but it does work. Slight decrease in population. This is something I noted yesterday before the game crashed. Did I save it? I did save it, didn't I? I'll do it one more time just in case. I really am paranoid. I'm absolutely paranoid that this is just going to go. It literally is. I can't even remember what I was doing. I think I was building power lines or something. I clicked on power lines and the whole game just stopped. And I was sitting there thinking, what's going on here? And it just would not come back. No button, no key press, nothing was responding at all. It was quite disappointing. Now, down here, this bypass ended up crossing the railway. So we shall do that. Simple bridge, nothing fancy. Just a straight bridge as well. And it just went across a very small span and then straight back down again. There we are. That is pretty much exactly as it would have been. It was basically the smallest bridge I could possibly create. How's traffic? There's cars on the bypass, so it's doing something. Traffic on here is rather high though, which is disappointing. People need to be coming off and going around. Maybe it's a bit too much of a bypass. to come all the way out and then down. Well, it's their own fault. Traffic is high at the toll, but that's not surprising. So everyone slows down to pay the toll, but it's not rammed. Let's take this off as well. Let's not have these random exits that go nowhere. That just looks weird. So yeah, so it's a big old roundabout for hardly any traffic at the moment. Where are you going? Can't see. Missed it. Well, people come over the bridge. That means they're coming off the motorway. That's good. Someone's going into the industrial area. That's nice. And the idea with this will be, well, eventually it will probably form a complete circuit around the city with, as I say, very few junctions to keep it running fairly smoothly. It might even be that I've got too many roundabouts down here, but I don't think so. I think that's probably okay. Of course, as the city expands, I may well find this becomes an inner road, but we can still keep the same principle that we've got few junctions. It allows people to move quickly, in theory, if the traffic's not too heavy, from one side to the other. I'm quite pleased with that junction. It's not quite perfectly symmetrical, but it's not terribly far off. A little bit more of a curve on this side, and this is a little bit shorter, but that's just due to the angles, so that's okay. But it is very much of a style that you'll see quite common in the UK, with roundabouts and a bridge. Or you will see what is effectively one big roundabout and two bridges. That's another common design. In fact, actually, it's probably more common. But that's okay. We didn't worry too much about accuracy. Of course, what people can do, if they think about it, rather than you pay the toll to go along the motorway here, is they can just go up onto the bypass, drive down here, come down here, and they should be laughing. Once they're in here, they can go out and join the motorway toll-free. Should we take out these as well? Let's tidy it up a little bit. At the moment, this road is a boundary. Now, I put loads of trees down somewhere for something. I can't remember where the devil it was. Is it here? It might have been. Ah, itchy foot. Yeah, I can't remember. I know I had a road that went in here. I was saying that earlier. Not quite there. There. There? Yeah. And that just sort of followed along here, so we had to lose some of this power stuff, which I'm not entirely sure how necessary is at the moment. We'll have a look in a minute. Would have had a little bit of a curve on it. So this is roughly where I was yesterday. Not quite. I mean, this is where I was working yesterday. I'm sure I've done other bits and pieces. And I was looking at the power lines. So let's save it now, just in case there's something weird with those power lines which is causing the crash. or has caused the crash. Let's say it's only once it's happened. It's just left me paranoid. Let's run these up here. This is what I was doing. Let's run these here just in case they're needed. Okay, all looks fine. All is happy. Yeah, I think that's just a connection bridging the power supply on that side to this side. So I don't think it needs to run through this green space, which won't be green space for long because I'm going to build on it. What am I going to build on it is the question, because these are probably quite noisy. Well, I could line some trees and see if we can quieten it down. So let's go with some residential over here. This may be too noisy. It's not the nicest thing to live next to, I suppose, a water treatment plant. Well, there is an increasing number of vehicles, maybe on my bypass. This road is packed though. Look at the state of it. Because the other option with this road is I actually close the bridge completely. I'd have to reroute my buses though, if I was to do that. That's not impossible. Of course I can reroute the buses. Just need to think what the best way to do it is. Buses come down onto this roundabout and they go down this way. Well, they just go up here onto the bypass. It's easy enough. Let's look at that. Yeah, so what have we got here? This is going around. So this one's not going. Oh no, hang on, it is going out. Yeah. It's got stops there. That's annoying. So we'll have to lose those. Soz. Stops there. Now I can bring the buses in on the bypass. It'd be a little bit of a shame actually, because we'll be losing that sort of connection with the rest of the town. It does seem to go all over the place, that one. That's the X1. Is that, no, it's the X2. Let's just make sure I'm looking at only the X2 because there are some other blue lines. So that's just going straight down. In fact, this is going a little bit all over the place, so this does need some work. Shouldn't be going around all over here. Okay. Let's move these stops for now. We're going to put it onto the... Okay, it's not going to want to come out that way. Okay, no, I didn't want to put a stop in there. We're going to have to force the matter. Right, so let's see. Bus comes along here, goes around the roundabout. Does not go there. At the moment it's going around the roundabout there. Instead, I want to bring it around this way. So I'm going to drag the line. Okay, so it goes down. And then we need to stop it on the way back. We need to make sure on the way back it also goes via the roundabout. There we go. Right, what's going on? Because that looks weird. Bus comes in, bus goes down, bus goes along, bus comes off, and then bus is going back. Why is it going back? I don't want to go back that way. Oh. This is where I get confused with bus routes. I find them so awkward to follow and use. Right. No. I think what we're going to end up doing is taking all the bus stops out, apart from the ones at the station. Right, so we've got the bus coming down, goes around the roundabout, carries on, comes off at this roundabout, and then it's going down here, it's diverting. I don't want it to go down there, so why is it going down there? There must be a stop it's being forced to use. Because then it's going around here, all the way along. Why on earth is it going? Oh, well, this is approaching the bus station, so that's fine. It goes into the bus station, round out of the bus station, along, and it goes into... No, you don't want to go in there. Why are you going around there? This is the X1, X2, sorry, isn't it? Oh, blast, I'm following the wrong one, aren't I? If I'd taken the wrong bus stops out, that would be really disappointing. Okay. Right, that looks slightly better. I've got a water problem, we'll deal with that in a bit. Only slightly. Bus goes down, bus goes down here, round the roundabout, straight over to the roundabout, comes off. Now, I need to stop it turning this way. I need the bus to turn into the station. I mean, we can go around all this area, but then we go back out onto the bypass and go back up again. If we want to, you know, collect people from here. Now that stop needs to stay. Don't put that in there. Right, comes off the roundabout. See, I don't understand why the bus is going over here. I must be missing a stop somewhere, but I'm not seeing it. It's all the way down. To the roundabout. Goes around the roundabout. Onto the motorway now. Comes down. Stops there, that's fine. I don't see anything there that's forcing that bus route. Okay. Let's drag this over. Comes around there. But still we're going off here. I don't want it to go off there. So essentially, I want it to come in. So where does it get this bit from? That's definitely the X2. So why is that going up here? We got a stop I've missed. There must be a stop. There has to be. Why would it be going that way otherwise? Hang on, I've got confused again. Right, it's going round, it's going this way, it's going under here. Oh, I don't get it. I really don't. It's going around here, it's going to the station, stopping there. It comes off, goes around the roundabout, all the way back down. Mysterious stop just to force the route. All the way back, round the roundabout, back down, round here, looping around, coming back up to this stop, Going all the way back down. This is weird. All the way back down. Down here. Round here to the other side. When all I wanted to do is loop around and come back off. Good grief. Okay, that's really odd. Right, let me think. Instead of you going over there, you're supposed to go up here. But I can't force that, can I? Not really, I can sort of force it. Okay. Is that right? Yes? But it's no longer... It's still going down on the bridge here. Oh, that's because I've forced it to go over there. Okay, right. Well, it's progress. It's good. It's progress. If I get rid of this stop, that doesn't help. I'm then going to bring the route up here, just for now. Right, why are you stopping there? You shouldn't stop there. Right, okay, good. We're making some progress. Maybe. So we're going straight down. Right, then it's coming off here. It's going around because it wants to come onto that side. Okay. Fine. Get rid of that one for now. Right, we've got some progress. We've still got way too many up and downs going on here. Okay. Bus goes along. Oh, let's sort your water connection out before you complain too much. You already are complaining too much. Right. Where was I? Buses. Buses, not education. Buses. Right, so we've got the start of the route right. It's coming from the bus station. It's going on this bypass little road. It's going down here, which ultimately I don't want it to do, but it'll do for now. Then it's coming off here because there's a stop I've secretly put in there. So let's take that out for now. Is that gone? Probably. Right, so, and let's take this one out for now. Ah, good. Right, okay, we have progress. We are leaving the south part by the bypass. Right. So we're coming off here. We're going round. Where are we going? Right. That's annoying. Oh, no, we don't go. And then we're turning around. Okay, that's this stop here. Let's get rid of that. Okay. We're going round. Hopefully. Follow the arrows. Yep. Follow the arrows. Changing lanes. Coming off. Onto the bypass. Bypassing everything. Going all the way down. Straight over the roundabout. That's good. To that roundabout. Perfect. Joining this road. Stopping. Coming round. And then we're going back up. But we don't want to go back this way. So I'm going to bring that up here. To this mysterious stop. And I think it would be nicer to loop it that way round. Because then the stop is right outside the station. And we could stop there as well, that's fine. So now we should be looping around, going all the way back. Do I need to keep this stop in? Because that's a phantom stop. Yes, I do. It's just to force the matter irritatingly. I'll put it here. It's more likely to be useful. Not 100% likely, but more likely. Okay, so go round. We're on the bypass because I don't want the buses really to stop on the bypass. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Round the roundabout, back in. Round the roundabout, and then it can just loop down on the motorway. There's no point in looping down the motorway. Well, I suppose it saves going through the industry area, but we could just go through the industry area. It's got to come through over here somewhere because we need to join up with the bus station. So instead of it coming back this way, it's going to come in here. Oh yeah, well does that work? No, not really. That's quite complex. All right, let's go here, bring it down onto the motorway, and then back where it was. Okay, so that's sorted that bus route. That was complicated. It took a long time. I am absolutely going to save the game now, because if I lost it at this point, I would be fuming. And that then should hopefully keep buses out of any traffic that's going on this smaller road, because this is quite congested. Lots of parked vehicles. But the idea is that this is not a key road through to the other side of the river. What I could do is even decommission the bridge. If I haven't got any buses running over there, I can actually decommission that bridge. Do I have any buses running over there? No. Now I've got the X2 running direct to the station. How is the X2 doing? Only 36 passengers, so that might need some more stops. We might need to loop that around a bit. X1's doing a bit poorly nowadays as well. I thought I had an X3. No, it's there. Yeah, it's not a rail link. X1 and X2 were rail. It's designed to be rail links originally. They were designed to be express services. But they're now X means crossing. So if the bus crosses the river, it gets an X designation. If it doesn't cross the river, it gets a designation of N. If it runs in this northern section, it gets a designation. I don't actually know if I've designated yet, but the idea is it'll be designated S if it's in this southern section here. And I dare say if I put buses over here, it would be designated an E service for east. Just to give me half a chance to remember what on earth the buses are, because at one point I had loads of bus lines. And it got rather complicated trying to remember which bus line did which. So we'll need to keep an eye on this X2 service, because it might be worth bringing that around. But I think if I bring it around, it'd probably be best to bring it straight to the station first, then go around the houses, so to speak, maybe come back via the station, and then back down the bypass. Because if you're catching the bus in the city centre, presumably you're going to want to get to the station fairly quickly. So it's quite easy to get out. Should we follow one? Let's follow one. Let's wait for an X, whatever I said it was, X2, to pull into the bus station. Probably won't be that long. In fact, there might be one arriving just now. Is that an X2? No, that's an S1. That's a local service. We don't want to follow the S1. I want to follow the X2. Did that not stop? That's the X1. Did the X1 not stop? That might explain why it's not very busy. What have we got pulling in here? It's an S2. S2 is quite popular. What have we got now? That's an S1 again. Yeah, the local services are coming in quite thick and fast. Yeah, the X1, the green line, doesn't stop. That might explain. Which one is that? That's the S1 going. What's this one? S1 again. Gosh. Do we have any X2 buses stopping here? I'm sure they come around. Ah, that might be one. Is that one? X2. There we go. We're going to follow this. Whoops. Got no passengers. Gonna get any passengers? No, no passengers. That's a shame. But it doesn't have many bus stops, so it might not be a very popular service. But the idea should be it should be relatively quick to get from here to the station, which is why we've got these little flyover roads to minimise junctions actually in the city. But they're not very big, but they're intended for the buses. Anyone can use them, but that was the prime reason for installation, was to get buses out of the city quickly. Of course, the local services, they run through the streets, but this isn't a local service. This is one that goes from one end of the city to the other. Of course, I've got the monorail as well. I mean, the monorail is vastly quicker than taking the bus, but I dare say ticket prices will probably be more expensive. I don't know that, but I'm guessing they are. So a bit of a wait at this junction. This was a four-way junction, so hopefully it's not going to be too long a wait to get through here. It's just waiting for a green light. There we go. And then we're on to the bypass. We should be straight on. There we go. And then we should be able to put our foot down and go, go, go. Oh, there's a mysterious bus stop. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to... See, I don't want to stop on the bypass. That's silly. So I'm going to have to get rid of that bus stop. No one's going to get on and off there. That's a phantom one just to force the creation of the route. And we approach the bridge. We can look across and see the busier, smaller bridge, the monorail line. We can see the bridge going the other main bridge going into this northern section of the city. And then we get to the smaller roundabouts, which have the potential at least to get congested, but we're okay. I mean, this is early days for this road. But yeah, the monorail is definitely quicker. It's not surprising. There we are. Nearly there. We've got a few people using this bus stop, which is interesting because the station's only there. I'm quite surprised they're not walking. Maybe they want to go back to the city centre, I suppose. And this one. Yeah, we've picked up a few people. Let's see how those numbers change at the station. Here we are. Is that also next to? Could be. Ah, okay. So we're picking up a lot of people at the station. Let's see where they go. Is this going to? This will go not quite straight back to the city centre. We've got one bus stop here. Are they all going to get off here, or are we? Oh, they are. Why are you all getting off there? You could walk that, you silly people. So now I've got an empty bus going back to the city centre. Well, that's pointless. That's a right surprise. I really didn't think that would happen. Maybe the distance is just too great for people to go by bus. I suppose that's a possibility. It's plausible. Anyway, when we get back to the bus station, I'm going to call it there, I think, because I have other things to do. I might pop back on the stream later this evening. Not entirely sure. Got Picard to watch tonight. Next episode of Star Trek Picard. Been looking forward to that. Great first episode. I'm sure plenty of people watched it. I'm pleased to see so many positive reviews online, which is excellent for Star Trek, because people can get... Do I want to say the word obsessed? Yes, I do want to say the word obsessed. So I'm looking forward to that. That's coming up later on. I dare say there'll be a pizza or Chinese involved later. I forgot, of course, it's got to go around the houses, doesn't it, to get back to the bus station. So that's tonight's plan. So yeah, maybe I won't have time to come back on the stream tonight. But the key thing has been done is to put back in place the stuff that I'd done yesterday but lost because of the crash. So, if you haven't done so, please hit the follow button, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm broadcasting, and you can carry on following the development of the city. I also play some other games. I have retro stuff, usually on a Thursday for Throwback Thursday. I have City Skylines, obviously. I've got Mark of the Ninja to come back to. I've got Horace on the go as well. They're the main ones going at the moment. The retro game, I haven't decided what the next retro game is going to be, having finished Magic Land Dizzy. So there'll be a new retro game coming up at some point. I'm yet to decide, but we'll think about that. It might be a point-and-click adventure. Maybe Monkey Island or something like that. So that'll come up late at some point, Throwback Thursdays. So yeah, make sure you're followed. Hit the notification bell. Keep your eye on the page twitch.tv/BG2019UK. I will try to keep that updated when I next expect to stream, although it's not guaranteed and it's not always accurate, but I try. Streaming usually is weekdays around 10 AM, 9 to 11 usually, somewhere between a target 10 AM. Doesn't quite work all the time. And of course, as you see, this is an evening stream and I haven't done another stream today. That's all down to work. And so I like playing my games, but unfortunately I also need to be paid. So that has to take priority, of course. You can also find out what I'm doing by having a look on Twitter. The handle there is @BenPlaysGB. @BenPlaysGB over on Twitter. Specifically ignoring the UK element because I'm not happy with the UK at the moment, as you might gather from me flying the flag in the corner of this stream. There we are. The bus is just pulling back into the bus station. And we had 3 people in the end. Just a couple of people picked up from the industrial estate. Picked up 1 person. 1 person is going to take the bus, presumably to the station. There is that phantom bus stop, and there's also a bus stop just before they get to the station, so they could be going there. So not necessarily overly successfully bus service at the moment. I'll have to put some more bus stops on there to branch that out and make it more useful. The monorail doesn't take many people, it only takes 3. I'm surprised. I thought a service between the city centre and the main railway station all the way up to the north would be a key service. But I suppose you've got so many options to get there. You can drive, you can take the bus, you can take the monorail, you can take the underground most of the way, so they're all different options that people can take. Anyway, let's not get sucked into more of a discussion about how I should sort out my public transport. Everything else is ticking over on this game, which is nice. There's been no disasters today, which is good. The money's gone back up to 4.1 million, which is good. The population is ticking over. It's just got ever so slight drop to what it was a day or 2 ago, where it was over 40,000. Nothing really is concerning me, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I'm going to just stop the game now, I think. So we'll say bye-bye to Cities Skylines. And yeah, well, there's nothing much else to say, really, is there? I mean, this is the last time I will be streaming as an EU citizen, and it's very depressing. Hence the flag that is flying in the corner proudly. And I might keep it there, just a little tiny one, just as a mark of defiance. I don't know. Maybe that's silly. Maybe I shouldn't bring politics into this. I don't know. Anyway, let's stop there because I could just waffle on about that forever, and I'm not going to do that. So, thank you very much for watching. One more time, hit the follow button, hit the notification bell. Twitch.tv/BG2019UK, on Twitter @BenPlaysGB. Go and follow over there as well. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Ta-ta.